Hey, what's up interwebs? I'm that toy guy, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Dark of the Moon Voyager class Shockwave. So, there he is, and excuse me. First, I'd normally take a quick look at the box, but the box for this guy is in my garage, on a shelf, really high up, in the back, in another box. So, and there's stuff in front of it, so I'm not going to get it out. But it's just your standard Dark of the Moon Voyager box. I'll probably put a picture of it somewhere on the screen. But yeah, here he is in his, what they're calling his Cybertronian tank mode, which is passable because if you make a weird looking thing and call it Cybertronian, everyone's going to believe you. So, he's a tank, he's purple, and he's interesting. He's pretty cool. I do like this figure a lot. There are some people out there who don't like it because he isn't screen accurate. But I mean, for the vehicle mode, he excuse me, he did not transform in the movie. So I mean, he had that drill, giant drill tank thing. So I broke something. So yeah, here he is. Accessory wise, he comes with a hose, his mech tech weapon, and this blade. So, take a quick look at all that. We'll hit the camera. Just remove it all. Shockwave out of the way here. So, he does come with these, and the hose is removable. Just get rid of that. So these are the 3 accessories that he comes with, and they're pretty good. They're pretty sort of screen accurate. I mean, the cannon isn't, but that's just for the gimmick. Hose is just a hose. And yeah, overall, that's what they look like. So, first we'll take a look at the hose. Hose is just a hose. It's black. It's riveted, sort of. It's flexible. I mean, you can do all sorts of cool, wacky things with this. And it's durable, too. It's not like the G1 Shockwave where it's just going to fall apart on you. So yeah, hose. And he comes with this blade cast in gray plastic here, which is movie accurate to a point. I mean, if you turn it around, whoop, it's all hollow. It does have a 3mm clip at the top, so you can clip things on. I don't own anything with 3mm clips because I don't like C-clips, they break all the time, so I don't hunt for those things normally. But the coolest accessory is the mech tech weapon. This is probably one of my favorite mech tech weapons, and I only own 3. So, yeah, it's Shockwave's cannon. It does have 2 ports. It has a port here, and a rotating port right here, and 2 3mm clips right there, and a peg at the bottom. So you push this giant gray button here, and he sprouts cannons. That annoys the crap out of my parents and my sister. And due to this being a Voyager, it does lock. So you push this, and then just press the front of the button down, and it'll lock into a triple-barreled cannon mode that looks like a spaceship. This looks like Serenity. Really, really odd. Yeah, it looks like the ship from Firefly and Serenity. So yeah, those are the 3 accessories he comes with. Getting those off the side and bringing Wave back in. He looks weird. He has spikes at the front, 2 big rolling wheels here, and tank treads at the back with rolling wheels underneath. More tank treads. So treads here, 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 and here, and then 2 massive rolling wheels. There's like a fuel rod battery thing here, and there's his head. But yeah, sculpt-wise, there's a lot of nice molded in detail all throughout this figure here. Especially the paint. The paint on this guy is actually really nice. I like it. You got some gold and some silver for the treads. You got some metallic purple here, more silver, some more gold, more gold. You have that more metallic purple here. A lot of gray unpainted plastic, but I mean that's okay. I don't mind it. more metallic purple there. That'll be his crotch. It's funny because there's his crotch and there's his head. It's like that. His head's on a pole. And I mean, you don't really see much visible robot parts. Even when you turn underneath, it's like there's literally nothing there. I mean, at the top you can see the top of his head and his thumbs and maybe his pinky, but that's about it. I mean, you can tell these are the arms, but you can only tell that if you know how to transform him. So yeah, he's cool. Now, another cool thing about this mech tech weapon is that you don't have to just stick it on top and it'll look odd. This actually, there's a port there, peg there, it just is integrated right into the vehicle mode, which is nice. And the hose you just plug in there, and then there's a port right here. Plug it in and take the blade and plug it on top. And there you have Shockwave's tank, fully assembled. Now, MechTech port wise, he has a lot. He's got a MechTech port here, here, here for the hose, here, here under the arm. Excuse me. One there as well. Then for clips, he's got 2 clips here, 2 clips on top of these gray parts here, a clip here, 2 clips here, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So you can arm this guy up. I mean, give him a side-mounted shotgun, and perhaps a paintball gun. There you go. Now he's armed up a little bit more. Just for you guys. Sorry. Just removing these off the side. For comparison, here he is next to, you guessed it, Skydive. So for a Voyager, he is quite small. I mean, that's a little bit of a bummer, but here he is next to a modern day Deluxe, just to show you how small he is. Look at that. I mean, these things aren't that much of a mass, so I mean, if you take the entire tank portion of it, he is the same size as a Deluxe. But if you include the death spikes at the front, then, I mean, he's obviously bigger, but yeah. So, this is something let's do with the vehicle mode, then get on to transformation. So the first thing you want to do is, you can leave all this junk on him. So, I'm going to do that. First thing you want to do is you want to unplug the hose, then take the cannon, lift it up, take the blade, lift it up, like so. Now the next thing you want to do is you want to take this rib cage piece and pull it forward. That'll also spread things apart to make stuff easier. Take the death spikes at the front, just pull them down, and then come here to these tank tread bits and just yank them, untab them, and everything tabs in solidly, very solidly, which is awesome. Then you want to take these 2 side sections here and unpeg them and pull them out a click. Just do that on this side, and then you want to take this section and just push it back. Take these, straighten them out all the way, rotate them. Just do that on both sides. Then you want to take this gray piece here, pull it down, come under here to this tab, pull it out, and then flip the knee pad up, and there you have a leg. All done. Just do the same thing on the other side, like that, and boom, now he's standing. Just raise the camera up here. He's getting tall, and because of his color, my lighting isn't working. Just readjust. There we go. A little bit of a lighting change there, people. So the next thing you want to do is you want to bring this forward all the way. Come back here and take this section, push it, and then take this entire assembly here and rotate it 180 degrees. Now you want to take these bits here and bring them down and fold them in to hear them click. Then these 2 pegs here will peg into these ports, the MechTech ports right there. And you want to bring this down, bring that down, swivel it around, fold out the hand. The same thing on this side, just don't fold out the hand because it's cannon. You want to come back here, take this section, bring it up in this tab, we'll peg into that slot right there. Just tab it in, put the hose in here. Always put the hose in here before you're finished transforming it, otherwise these death spikes get in the way and it's a pain in the butt. Then you want to take them, bend them down. These tabs right here will tab into those slots right there. So let's just line this up, get them in place there, and you got this really nice, accurate backpack, which I do like. Love that part. And turn him around and flip around his head, and there you have Shockwave leaning forward for some reason. There you go. There you have Shockwave in his robot mode. And oh wait, one more step is you want to push this, not all the way, just enough so you can flip the hose out and around to give you clearance to bend the arm like this. And there you go. Now there's Shockwave in his robot mode, and this isn't very screen accurate. Like, I'll just set it here and I'll put a picture of the actual model here. As you can see, he's a lot stockier and flatter than the actual version, the CGI model actually. But more paint detail and sculpt detail are revealed in this mode. Here you have the feet and the inside here of the legs, which have the yeah, they're covered up by this. They have the molded in tank wheels there, and you got all this nice detail. You got gears too. There are, I don't know if you can see that, but there are some, yeah, there's some gears in there, which is nice. You got more of that metallic purple. You got the hips here, and then the hips don't lie. And arms have a lot of nice sculpted detail in them. Shoulder pads have that nice metallic purple, and that head sculpt. That, my tripod is not standing. There you go. That head sculpt there is awesome. And I'll show you this right now. Turn off my lights. Look at that eyeball. Look at that. That is cool. He can see into your soul. And he will kill you in your sleep. He will haunt your dreams. Okay, I'm sorry. But that head sculpt is just very, very movie accurate. And it's just all around real nice. Like, that is a huge spot of light piping there. So I do quite like that a lot. I miss light piping. We don't get that on modern day Transformers anymore. But yeah, overall he's nice. Got the same, well, everything that was in vehicle mode you can still see in robot mode. On the back you do have this nice backpack, which was basically all his, well, it spins. All his ammo, I think, was stored in the backpack here, and those 3mm clips are still available. Plus there are 2 new MechTech ports, because these 2 at the front are taken by the chest plate. They added 2 at the back. So yeah, that's awesome. His legs are a little hollow right here, but I understand why, because they have to hide his thighs in vehicle mode. So yeah, he does have the dreaded gorilla arm thing where you don't have a wrist swivel, so his arms are just always like this, and you can turn them, but his hands are always stuck here, they don't turn. But to me it kind of gives the whole I am the bad guy look to him, and it looks cool. Articulation wise, the head can do a full 360. The shoulders are very weird. They do this. They do the whole Jim Carrey exercise lady, I think her name's Vera DeMilo, thing where she like breaks her arm. It does that. It rotates on that weird axis. If you want to rotate it up, you have to move the shoulder joint. Fortunately though, the shoulder joint can go all the way out like that on its own, plus transformation joint. And something's beeping downstairs. I don't know if you can hear that. He does have a bicep swivel, elbow joint that bends just under 90 degrees, and he can curl his hands. Nothing at the waist due to the amount of hinges that are in here. Legs are on ratchets. They can go forward that far. They can go back only that much. Does have a thigh swivel there. You only have 3 clicks, which is that bothersome ratchet joint that bug people, but I don't mind. Wow, this thing is not holding up as well as it used to anymore. Focus. 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 There we go. He does have a knee joint that bends that far. Then you can untransform it and bend it all the way, which is awesome. And his feet can untab and move forward, and his heel spurs can move this way, so I mean you can do this and get like a more forward-facing stance to it. But yeah, my figure has a problem where this knee always untabs from the transformation joint. Like this one moves fine. Like this one moves fine here, but this one will just unclick immediately. And that's probably just the tabs kind of worn down a bit, and I can just fix that very easily. Now, the articulation on this arm is a little limited due to the hose. It only goes forward that far. It goes back about that far. It can only go out that far. And it can swivel forward that much and can swivel all the way around. And yeah, he does have the cool option of having 2 hands, which is nice. But it's Shockwave. I mean, you don't give him hands. You peg that in, and there you go. He still retains the whole MechTech gimmick, although the hose does kind of get in the way. And yeah, he does have 5mm ports on his hands, so you can take weapons and... Actually, you know what? No. Where is it? Shotgun. Shockwave's going all hillbilly on us. He's got a shotgun. I'm sorry. Getting that out of the way. Now, for comparison, here he is with strong arm, and here he is with skydive. So as you can see, he does grow. He does grow. Like, remember how in vehicle mode he was small? Now in robot mode, he's a lot bigger, which is nice. And he does kind of tower over. Well, he towers over strong arm more, but that didn't work. I was expecting him to knock her over. But yeah, overall, I do like this figure a lot. Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention here was he does have these clips here. Totally missed those. They're where the hands peg in, and I think these are 3mm. You know what? Ruler time and knocking something off the table time. They are 3mm. So these are 3mm clips, and this is a 3mm clip system piece here. So he does have more 3mm clip system points on his arms. There are 4, 2 on each arm, and then 2 clips on each leg as well, 2 extra ones. And he does retain these as well. Look, you cannot see that. Wow. These are the clips I'm talking about. He does still retain these clips as well. And this backpack is a little problematic because this side comes off a lot. Like if you just bump it, it's just gonna come off. So if those tabs were a little bit stronger, then I would appreciate that a little more. Just fold this in. And the hose does get in the way of the MechTech weapon. I mean, you can leave the hose off and just have him hose free, so then he can be all like, I'm gonna kill you. But I mean, it's Shockwave. You gotta give him the hose. Unless you buy Cloud9 Quick Blast, because those hoses don't fit. And this is what I mean by it being a pain in the butt to try and get this hose back in here when it's transformed. Let's just get that out of the way. Plug the hose back in, and get that in there. So yeah, that's basically it for Dark Lumen Shockwave. I mean, I do kind of wish that he had a wrist swivel so that his blade would be on the back and that'd be more movie accurate, but it doesn't bother me too much for it to be an actual legit complaint. But overall, yeah, he's nice. You can also fold the hand out here so we can have like, give me your money or I kill you. Alright. Anyway, so yeah, this has been Transformers Prime. Wrong franchise. Transformers Dark of the Moon. There we go. Voyager class Shockwave. And I'm that toy guy, and see you around.